yung concept of AI, pwede mo siyang i-divide into categories. So you have AI, which is you have a machine that tries to mimic the capabilities of an intelligent agent, like a human being. Ang concern natin is a subfield of AI called machine learning. From the term, you have a machine, and right now you can think of them as your computer, and you have learning. And learning is gathering experience and then updating your internal models of how you view the world in order to come up with better decisions, better predictions of the future. So when we say model, it is the representation of the world inside that agent. For example, the world is not inside your brain, but rather a representation of the world is inside your brain. And that representation of the world is what we call a model. And just like humans na with brains and with models of the world, you have AI with brains, specifically neural networks in artificial neural networks, and they have a representation of the world encoded in that neural network. You have what's called supervised learning. So now, yung supervised learning, ganito siya. Give you the input and then I also give you the output. And the goal is to learn to map the input to the output. And in between this is the AI agent. The idea is if I give you an input, then you give me an output. And you learn that because I gave you many, many examples. So isang example nito is classifying, say, image of cats versus dogs. So is it a cat? Is it a dog? So yung input mo would be images. Then yung output mo is a label cat or a label dog. So this is an example of image classification. So ang tawag dito, supervised learning. Parang sinasabi sa ng supervisor na ito yung tama, ito yung mali, ito yung dog, ito yung apple, ito yung banana. Now, merong variation to supervised learning na to called self-supervised, and then there's also called semi-supervised. Now, yung semi-supervised is just, let's say, examples of inputs, let's say images, and then you also have examples of outputs which are labels of the classification. Pero when you say semi-supervised, semi, meaning partially supervised, some of those inputs don't have labels. For example, binigyan kita ng 10,000 na images ng cats and dogs. Tapos tinamad ka. Ikaw kunwari yung taga-label. Kunwari, gusto ko i-label mo, cat ba yan, dog ba yan, cat ba yan, dog ba yan. Tapos binigay ko sa'yo 10,000. Pero ang nagawa mo lang 100. Kasi nga, yun nga, napagod ka. So, 100 may label, pero the rest wala. Now, that is already considered semi-supervised. Now, there's another one variant of supervised learning, which is called self-supervised. So ngayon, from the concept of self-supervised, siya na yung nagsusupervise ng sarili niya. Ang isang example nito is ChatGPT. Ang ginawa kay ChatGPT, binigyan natin siya ng sobrang daming text, pero wala naman nag-label ng mga yon. Kaya siya naging self-supervised kasi the input is the first part of the sentence. Hello, my name. And then the output, for example, hello, my name is. So ito yung input. Now the output is also taken from the dataset, pero one step ahead. So hello, my name is Prince. So ito yung output. Now you have a lot of text and then isa-segment mo lang siya into the input, output without needing explicit labels. Kaya siya self-supervised. Now, there is also something called unsupervised. So, pag unsupervised learning, ang meron ka lang input. Yun lang. Hindi mo siya binigyan ng any label. So, for example, binigyan kita ng images of handwritten digits. 1, 3, 4. And I don't give you the label. Hindi ko sinabi na ito 1 yan, ito 3 yan. But you have to be able to figure out to categorize them from each other. So, categorize. Yung term na ginagamit dito is clustering. Kasi from the term cluster, you're given data and then ika-cluster mo sila into categories. So that is unsupervised learning. But there's a third one called reinforcement learning. Ang difference ni reinforcement learning is this is learning by doing. In contrast kay supervised learning na, okay, this is a cat, this is a dog, ganon. Si reinforcement learning ay applicable sa mga problems that require decisions or actions. Kasi you have to do it, di ba, to learn it. So for example, while I can teach you that this is a dog, this is a cat, it's a problem of perception. This is a problem of perception, di ba? Like, what is this? Is it a cat? Is it a dog? We can learn that by giving you a lot of examples. You cannot learn how to swim if you don't do it. Generally, right? Like, maybe there are people na never seen the ocean or never been to the pool. Tapos sasabihin mo, ganito yung lumangoy. Bigyan kita ng libro, aralin mo yan, paano lumangoy. Then matututo siya bigla. Maybe there are people like that, but mostly, para ka matuto lumangoy, kailangan mo talaga ma-experience yun. Kaya siya learning by doing. Same thing with, let's say, walking. Kunwari may baby. Hindi siya pwedeng turuan how to walk by teaching it na, these are the fundamentals of walking, bigyan kita ng libro, o kaya bigyan kita ng PowerPoint presentation, bigyan kita ng video, ganito maglakad. Hindi siya matututo by doing that. Matututo yung bata to walk by actually trying to stand up, trying to make the first step, then bababagsak siya, tapos tatayo siya ulit, things like that. So kapag ganun yung problem, reinforcement learning yung isa sa pinaka useful algorithms for that.